What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. You know, there's no shortage of insane, self-important, self-entitled professors that are constantly making a fool of themselves on the internet. But this particular one, a pompous professor from Penn State, literally trying to pull the "do you know who I am?" simply because a hotel had a news channel on its television that he didn't like. By the way, a channel that you're free to change. I'm not kidding. This guy's public meltdown is something to foresee. They're interacting with him and set a clock. I speed run a block simply by quote tweeting him, and I got blocked within 0.2 of a second, along with all of my followers, simply for making fun of the fact that this dude didn't get off his rear end to change the channel on TV and instead literally looked like the biggest moron ever on Twitter. Check this out. Don't you know who I am? Pompous Penn State professor tries to shame Marriott hotel chain on Twitter for showing Fox News in the NYC hotel gym while bragging that he has more followers than the chain. This guy is teaching your kids. You know, like, I don't really know what else to say about it. By the way, how about you just don't watch the TV? How about you bring your cell phone in the gym and put some music on and keep your head down and get your work in? How about you put a TV show on your phone that you want to watch? These are all options that you could have. Do you think I like when I'm at the airport seeing nothing but CNN, MSNBC? No. But am I going to get on Twitter and say, dear Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport, you have CNN and I couldn't change the station. I know I am just a really important deal on the internet and you should make sure to apologize to me. Get out of here. A professor pulled the quote, "Don't you know who I am" card and tried to bully Marriott hotels into banning Fox News from playing on the TV. By the way, a TV that you are freely able to change the station on at a hotel gym. Michael Mann, who leads the atmospheric science department at Penn State University, tried to shame the hospitality giant into changing the channel by bragging about his Twitter following. The pompous professor, this is via the Daily Mail, by the way, the pompous professor began his quest on Saturday after spotting the offending channel being played while working out at the Marriott Times Square fitness room. By the way, good on you for getting your work in. He took to Twitter and raged, "Dear Marriott, the fitness center at your New York City Times Square hotel has a TV fixed on Fox News, a network that promotes anti-American propaganda." What? What? The manager of the facility says you can't change this channel and it's set by you. This is deeply offensive. Why? Just don't watch the TV. Like, these people are lunatics. I mean, how do they get through, when they go to take their car in for repair and they have the TV station on at the auto repair store, do they jump on Twitter and whine about that? I bet you they do. They're so self-important. This is why I'm like stepping away from Twitter, like legit, because it's insane to me that Twitter does this to people. You know, that's why I'm building my mailing list. That's why I'm working on my Gilded, and I don't care if people don't want to join it, but like that's how I want to communicate with people now because Twitter is just toxic. The manager, Marriott initially ignored his scred and follow-up nags from him, prompting the egotistical academic to up the ante by boasting his 206,000 followers. He sniped, "Hi, Marriott. Don't want to pull rank, but I've got more followers than you." So? Who the heck follows some corporation account on Twitter? And the tweet now has 3,000 likes and 130,000 impressions and 10,000 engagements and a large number of folks saying they've no longer stay at Marriott, full stop. A response would be appropriate. No, it wouldn't. Look at this clown. Like, he oozes fragility. He oozes the guy that, has a bunch of dumb friends and he orders some wine at the restaurant and he bloviates on a bunch of stuff he read on Wikipedia about wine tasting 5 minutes before dinner. And then, of course, breaks out his tip calculator to tip the help. In response to the tweet, Mann received a large amount of support from those with a common distaste for the conservative news network, who were ready to denounce Marriott on the spot. But the academic, who appeared to spend much of his day retweeting progressive outrage on Twitter, also received backlash from people who called him an officious Karen, and also pointed out that he could have just changed the channel, which he could. Among those who blasted him were journalist Glenn Greenwald, who accused man of having a barren life and nothing better to do than complain about hotel TV channels. I think that's an accurate explanation or assessment, wouldn't you? It's not news that establishment American liberalism has a good chunk of their junior varsity left-wing vassals have adopted McCarthyite rhetoric for all their political opponents. Leave aside Michael E. Mann's pro-Russia cliche. How is Fox anti-American? They criticize Biden. Also, one must have a pretty huge amount of free time on their hands and a barren life, bereft of anything interesting or weighty to spend this much time and energy on launching a multi-pronged crusade because your hotel fitness center shows a channel you don't like. Also, Sean Hannity is one of the loudest, most aggressive, and most passionate supporters of Ukraine and of heavy U.S. involvement in the situation on the side of Ukraine. So if a requirement now for being pro-American is favoring military support for Ukraine, then shouldn't he count? Mann, of course, replied that that isn't the point and continued to tweet at Marriott, demanding a response, while pointing out that the company had a slew of once loyal customers at the hotel now threatening to go elsewhere. No. Actually, that's not true. Look, if you actually book hotels, here's how most normal people do it, okay? Where's my destination? Where do I have to be? Where's the convention center? Where's Disneyland? Where's whatever? How far away is it? Then, what's the price like? Can I afford it? Is there enough amenities for me? Do they have a continental breakfast? The number of people concerned about the TV station on the hotel in the hotel gym, which, by the way, I travel a good bit, okay? Maybe I'm not staying at the huge fitness center gyms, but in my experience, they're nearly always empty. There's usually some dude in there on the treadmill at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's it. These aren't like, he's not going to a Planet Fitness or something like that. It's a hotel fitness center, which, by the way, if you don't like it, you could go to another fitness center, okay? Get a national membership to some national chain gym and go work out there. His attention-seeking antics eventually yielded results. Nearly 24 hours after his rant on Twitter, he tweeted that the Marriott had finally responded and addressed his concerns. By the way, no evidence of that. He just said they did. I am pleased to report that the manager of the hotel has gotten back to me and has informed me that this is not the policy of this, i.e. to have a single, namely Fox News channel on their TVs in the fitness facility. Mann continued on his Twitter thread that Marriott had told him the channels can be changed at the request of the guests. Look at that. And by the way, you could just do your 20 minutes on the elliptical and go back up to your hotel room like most non-insane people. He informed me contrary to what the presiding employee indicated yesterday. By the way, have you stayed in a hotel lately, my friends? Have you tried? These people who are working in hotels right now are saints. There is a massive labor shortage, okay? You think that person who's got a bazillion things to do at the hotel, when you stormed up to him all sweaty and indignant, do you think he was really gonna, or he or she was gonna go out of their way to make sure you didn't have to see Fox News? How self-important do you think you are? I mean, this dude probably walks around and tells strangers how many Twitter followers he has. He goes on, I take him at his word, and I'm pleased to hear this. I do not hold this incident against either Marriott Hotel or the chain, and neither should you. So essentially, he took an L. He took an L. Mann is a distinguished professor of atmospheric science at Penn State with a joint appointment to the Department of Geosciences and Earth and Environmental Systems Institute. He's also the director of Penn State Earth Ecosystem Center. In fall of 2022, he will become the presidential distinguished professor at the Department of Earth. Okay, great. I'm not saying that he's not, an established science professor. That doesn't mean he's not a total, arrogant, entitled moron. I mean, what a clown. This dude has to have zero friends in real life if seeing a news channel in a gym that he's spending time in, probably against his will, sent him into this much of a soy-fused soy-infused rage. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.